Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the massive Star Wars Black Series First Order TIE Fighter Special Forces. This thing is amazing, and it is enormous. You'll probably notice this isn't my normal recording setup, and that's because it was so big that it actually didn't fit on my backdrop, so I had to jerry-rig this one here. So I'm sorry about it not looking as professional. But it was really the only thing I could think of to actually review this thing. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the box last, just because I'll have to get everything moved around. So let's go ahead and get started here. The TIE Fighter stands 25 inches tall to the top of the wing. It sits at 20 inches deep and, let's see, about 21 inches across. And that kind of brings up my first point. This thing is enormous, and boy is it a commitment. When you get this, you've got to make sure that you've got a spot to put it, because chances are you're not going to be able to hang it, so you're going to have to set it on a shelf somewhere. So definitely think about that before you jump headfirst into buying this thing, because it is big, and I haven't been able to find a way to unsnap the wings for storage, so just keep that in mind. As far as features go, of course, it has an opening top here. It's got what looks to be like an antenna here that swivels, and then down on the bottom there is a rotating cannon, and I'll try and bring it up closer to the camera so you can actually see it. That's all as far as features go. The inside of the cockpit has some clips to hold the figure in, but I'll have to show you that whenever I bring it closer to the camera. As far as the paintwork and finish work on this thing, it's pretty well done. As far as all the paint, it's really clean, and the only problem I have with the finish is there's a slight warp in the wings. But of course it would be very difficult to make something that's this thin, made of plastic, perfectly flat, and if they upgraded to like metal, it would no longer be a toy, because if you dropped it, it could really hurt somebody. So I mean, that's just one of those things that I think we'll have to kind of live with. It's just the limitation of the material. And speaking of hurting yourself with this thing, it weighs so much that I think you could hurt yourself if you dropped it on your foot or if it fell from the ceiling. So it's definitely not a toy that's intended for children. I'll go ahead and flip it around here so you can see the wings. Very nice detail on those. And on the back here, it has some very nice detailing. One thing that's different from the original TIE Fighters, there's a clear window back here, which is kind of nice because it also lets some light into the cockpit so you can actually kind of see the figures. So I think that's basically all I've got to show you on the exterior, so I'll go ahead and open it up and bring it closer to the camera so you can see the interior. Sorry about it being kind of dark, but there's a lot of amazing detail in there. It's not showing up. Let me see what I can do. Sorry about that. I'll try and flip it around so that the cockpit window is up. Try and let some light in that way. There we go, that kind of worked. There's two chairs in there for two figures. There's some paint work on the ceiling. It's too dark for you guys to see. But up inside here, there's some really nice paint work. There's no stickers or anything, which I appreciate. I hate stickers on these types of vehicles. And there's just a ton of detail, and you can of course squeeze a figure into these clamps here, and that'll keep them from rolling all over the place. So very impressed whenever I opened that up and saw all that detail in there. And let me go ahead and give you a size comparison with the figure itself. the pilot that came with it. Here it is. This is a 6-inch figure. So if that puts it in scale for you, this thing is absolutely enormous. So it is very cool for that reason, and it's also probably the biggest reason why a lot of people didn't buy it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box here, because I didn't get a chance to look at it in the review of the figure. Bear with me here. There we go. Enormous box again. Unfortunately, there's no window or anything aside from where the figure was placed, so this is not one of those things that you'll probably want to keep in the box. And on top of that, the box is 25 inches across, so it's absolutely enormous. On the front here, it does have a picture of the TIE Fighter here, and a window for the figure like I've pointed out, and then just a few pictures of the TIE Fighter. On the top here, it's got some more pictures of the product and the pilot sitting in the cockpit there. On the side, it's got this huge number 1. Hopefully, that means that they'll make some more vehicles in the line. I would love to see that, but depending on how this was selling, I'm not really sure. Over here on this side, it's got a picture of the TIE Fighter, or TIE Elite pilot, so that's cool. And then, flip it around to the back here, it's got some more pictures of the product itself, and a brief description. Bring it up closer to the camera. If you'd like to read that, you can go ahead and just pause the video. So overall, what I think about the product is, it's big, and you've just got to make sure that you've got a place to put it before you buy it. Another thing is, you know, a lot of the stores in my area had it listed for, you know, around $160. That's US dollars. I don't necessarily think that it's worth that. I actually got mine used on Amazon for $80, which is half price, and I think for that, that's an amazing deal. I think everyone should pick it up for that price. But just go ahead and it's on Amazon, and they're like new used, and it was shipped free to my house. So check that out if you're interested in one of these for a good price. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to say. It looks great. It comes with a cool figure, an exclusive figure, and you know, it's just really big and awesome. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comments section below, and I guess I'll see you later.